Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make a very simple hat. I mean the simplest of the hats, and you can probably make it in one night sitting and watching TV, and it would make such an amazing gift for the holidays. And I'm saying for the holidays because if you want to make handmade gifts, you need to get started right now because you will not have time for it later. So let me show you how simple this one is. So if you have watched my pumpkin video from like a month ago, this is exactly what we're going to make. It's just going to be one big pumpkin. It's the same stitch, we're just going to sew it a little bit different. So I lost my original video for the beginning of the hat, so I'm kind of have to go back and redo it. So we're going to create a chain. Now the chain that I'm creating, it's not going to be the length that I would create otherwise. I would create something that is around 11 inches long for the hat that I am making, but I'm just going to show you the stitch on this little example right now. So I would make maybe 10-11 inch long chain. Now after you're done with the chain, we're starting with the stitch. We're going to go yarn over, you're going to skip the first stitch, and you're going to go in the first chain, grab that yarn, and then we're going to grab yarn again, and we're going to pull through all three of those loops. So again, yarn over in the chain, get the yarn and pull it through all three loops, and that's how we're going to finish our first row. Now this is called half double crochet, and it is such a fun stitch, and I did use it for the pumpkins. It's really quick, and simple to learn. So here I am at the end of my first row. I'm going to do chain one, and I'm turning it over to the other side. Here we go, chain over, and now look at this. That's where the tricky part is. As just like in the pumpkin, instead of putting your crochet hook in where you would otherwise, you're gonna go in the back loop. Okay, so not under, you're gonna go inside the back loop. So there you go, you're gonna put it in the back loop, grab the yarn, and there you go, the same thing over and over. Grab yarn, back loop, grab it again, and pull it through all three loops. And because we're grabbing the back loop, we're going to get this really nice pattern that is starting with that line that is going to be going, all the lines that are going to be going up and down on the hat. So the 11 inches is actually the height of the hat. So here we go, we're at the end, chain one, we're going to turn over again, yarn over, and again it's just the back loop, grab the yarn, and let's do it through all three loops, and that's how you're going to continue. And this comes together so fast, you will totally be able to pull this off in one night watching TV, especially now that the days are starting to get a little bit shorter. So there you have it, the really nice pattern is starting. So basically the length that we're working on right now, you see the length of the chain is going to represent the height of the hat, but my hat is going to be rolled up, that's why it looks a little bit longer. Now when you go this way, that way is going to be how big the hat is around. So there you have it. I told you it looks like our one big pumpkin, but this is our hat. And again, I think I made it a little bit over 11 inches. It's actually 12 inches tall, and it's about 27 inches. I'm sorry, 27. And it's around 17 inches long because I have a big head. but you really do have to put it around your head and measure and make sure that it's a tight fit, okay, because it will stretch a little bit. But I want to show you this really great idea. Since we're going to sew it, and we're going to sew it right there, I'm going to show you this slip stitch that is so awesome you will not even notice that there is a slip stitch there. It's going to look like all the other rows that we have created. So there you have it. We're going to grab both ends that we're going to be sewing, and now look at that. There's the chain. We're going to go on the outside of the chain, grab just the outside piece, and then we're going to go to the other side and also go through the outside, grab the yarn and just a slip stitch through it. Okay, so let's do it again. You're going to look at the chain outside, the outside chain, go through that, and then go through the outside chain on the other side, grab the yarn and slip stitch through it. And it is just such a great idea. You can use a needle if you want and yarn and sew it together. That works as well, but this is just really simple, and it just looks so beautiful. So I want you to see that you totally cannot see where we are putting those two pieces together, or that one piece together actually. It's amazing stitch. I love this. So now I am done with it, and I have still yarn attached to one side. Okay, that side where the yarn is on right now, that's going to be my bottom. Okay, so because it's a bottom, I want to make sure, and everybody will look at it, I'm just going to do single crochet around the whole bottom, just because I feel that it's going to make it much nicer, and it's going to just, you know, look cleaner. Okay, so we're gonna go single crochet in all the chains at the bottom going around, and that simple thing, just doing this the single crochet around, it just makes such a huge difference. A lot of people totally skip that, and their work looks beautiful. I'm obviously a little bit messier, so this definitely helps me to make my hat look just a little bit nicer and finished and cleaner looking. So now that we are done with it, we do still have that yarn hanging out there. Let's leave it there for just a second, and you can kind of start messing around with your hat. It's kind of nice to see that it's actually going to start coming together for us. You can like the one that I'm making, it has the little rim, so we're going to flip it up, so you can flip it up and see how that is going to look, and there you have it. Oh, so nice. It actually starts looking like you really are making something. So there you have it. You know, I was just looking at it, trying to see how this whole hat is going to come together. This is my first hat that I have ever made, so I wasn't sure how that was going to work out. So now I'm grabbing a needle and just putting the yarn through the one that is still attached to the hat, and I'm just going to weave it in the hat, or you can use actually a crochet hook if you want. You basically need to just sew it in so that it doesn't stick out anywhere, and that you know that it's not going to run after you wash it or wear it several times, or how, you know, hopefully this hat will last you for a long time. But that's what you do. You're just going to sew it, and or with a crochet hook just hide the yarn, and then you're going to cut the leftover, and that we are done with the bottom of the hat. Okay, so let's move to the top of the hat. I'm grabbing some yarn and the needle, and this is the top. Okay, so you can see it's not as even as our bottom because we already finished the bottom, and I'm just going to weave that yarn through, and I'm not going to be pulling on it just yet, but basically going in and out all around the hat until we get to the other side. And here we are. You can see that there is some yarn sticking out. That is gonna be the end of the circle that we are creating, and I'm just going to pull it through, and there you have it. So now if I'm going to pull both of those strings together, you can see how this hat is going to come together in the middle. Now there are different designs. This is a very simple design. So we have this huge hat that is going to be squished in the middle on top, but you can also decrease the crochet, so you can have the hat getting smaller and smaller going towards the top, but I'm not doing it in this video. I'm going to do a little bit of that in my next hat video. Anyway, so you can see that this hat is coming totally to life. You know, you have the rim at the bottom, you know, the top is getting closed, and now it's my pom-pom time. So at first I'm like, I'm gonna go with the gray, and I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna go with the white. And I am going to grab the needle that is still attached to the hat, and there is a little thing in the pom-pom that you attach, you put the needle through it so it's easier to sew it, and you just sew it together to the hat, going in and out until that pom-pom is nice and it's sticking to it, it's not moving a lot, and it looks nice. Okay, so I feel that the pom-pom is attached enough, and I'm putting the needle from the outside in, and I am going to attach it to another string that was there. That was the beginning string that we pulled. You know, when we pulled, that was we had two strings that came together, and we put the needle on one of them. So what you're seeing right now is the inside of the hat, and you just, you know, tie a bunch of knots, and you can either cut it, trim it, or you can just leave it, just weave it in. So there you have it. Here is my hat, and I'm so shocked because I have never made a hat before, and it was such a simple project, and I absolutely love it. I think would make a fantastic gift for someone, especially if you're going to complement it with a nice scarf. Well, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it, if you guys are gonna give it a try. Until next time, ta-ta!